Joining us now is Grace Kinstler. Grace, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, so excited to meet you, even though we're doing it virtually, kind of. Where are you calling in from?
I'm actually in Austin, Texas right now.
Ah, they've got a great music scene. Are you performing down there?
No, my boyfriend and my dog live here, so I'm just here visiting, but I live in LA.
Ah, very nice. So you actually auditioned out in Los Angeles for American Idol. What was that experience like for you?
It was pretty surreal. You know, I had grown up watching Katy Perry and Lionel and Luke, so to be able to see them in person, with such a high stakes kind of situation, it was really scary, but it was very exciting, and it felt like a lot of things in my life were kind of leading up to that point. So it was really cool.
Did you dream about it when you were little? Did you like kind of envision yourself going down that path?
Yeah, for sure. I've always known that I wanted to be an artist and a singer and a songwriter. Um, yeah, I used to watch Idol with my parents growing up, so it was really cool to kind of make that happen for myself. You know, I'm super grateful that I had such a supportive upbringing with my parents and my family, always supporting my music and my singing and everything that I wanted to do. So it was definitely, yeah, it was, you could say it was a dream come true for, 9-year-old Grace for sure.
Now, over your right shoulder, I see a lion, which makes me think of Leo, which is
Yeah.
also the title of your new single. I would love to know all about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's funny. My boyfriend actually bought this because he knew it would remind me of my dad. But yeah, so Leo is the title of my newest single that I just released, and it is about my father. We are both Leos. His birthday is August 18th. I'm August 3rd, and yeah, that when he passed, I got his Leo necklace, and so I knew that since the moment he passed, that I wanted to do some sort of tribute song for him, but nothing that was sad because he was a very larger than life person, so I wanted to do something that celebrated his life and didn't focus on all the negative things, but that focused on the things he had taught me about living life to the fullest.
As an audience member during your Idol journey, you kind of brought us a little bit into that. It was such an interesting time for you. Sometimes the lowest moments of our life are also the highest moments of our life, and trying to energetically balance that. How do you feel like that's kind of helped you now as a performer?
I think it's great. I learned a lot from my dad's passing. I wish I didn't have to learn it that way, but I'm grateful that I did learn it because I feel like I grew up a lot faster than some people. I lost him at 19, and I know people lose their parents at much younger. So I'm grateful for the time that I did have. But losing him definitely allowed me to have a larger sense of vulnerability and knowing that it's okay to be vulnerable. That's kind of what Breaking Myself, my first single after the show, was that I released. That was about. It was about realizing it's okay to show the vulnerable side of you and not be afraid to share that with those around you, even though they're also struggling, because we can connect through that struggle, and that's okay. And so, yeah.
And also the sweetness of life, talking about sweetness, like the wonderful smell of the Tournament of Roses. Like I've never got to even attend that. How fun was that? What was that like for you? The parade.
It was incredible. I was super grateful to represent Illinois, and it was amazing to see all the volunteers and all of the hours of work that went into those floats. There were 30,000 flowers on my float alone, which was pretty crazy. So yeah, it's definitely an amazing experience to just go and see how much effort and time these people put into it. Shout out to them, because crazy. It was wild to see it in person.
And did you keep like a rose petal that you stuck in a book?
That I should have done that. I did not do that, but I do have my little pass to get into the TV zone. So I do have that.
Your lanyard. Yeah, your lanyard. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I always think that is one of the most beautiful parades, and it's so it's inspiring how they use all like natural things like seeds and nuts and petals, and a lot of artistry goes into that. So it must have been beautiful. And I was also really impressed to know that you got to tour with David Foster.
Yeah, so I recently did that, and back in December, I got to go out to Vancouver for a show, and I got to sing some Celine and Whitney Houston, which was just crazy. I knew my dad would be very excited about that. because growing up, I would try to sing Whitney Houston. Wasn't quite there yet when I was 12. But it was amazing that I had the privilege to go do that with David and with Catherine and Daniel Emmett, who was also in the show that night. And yeah, it was an amazing experience and just such lovely, lovely people.
And I won't ask you to sing a song for us, but would you just teach me like one of your warm-up exercises? Would you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I mean, a great exercise that I always do with my students, it's actually a speech exercise, because
Okay.
a lot of people, when they sing, they we think it's a lot harder to sing than we actually realize. It's a lot more connected to our speech than we think. So can you just say, me, may, ma, mo, moo?
Me, may, mo, wait,
Ma,
me,
mo,
my,
moo.
mo.
Me,
I'm just,
may, ma, mo, moo.
me, may, ma, mo, moo. Close?
Yeah. So
Okay.
something
All right.
yeah, exactly. So something that we work on in lessons that exercise helps us with is, as singers, we all have certain vowels that are easier for us to sing. So for me, mine is a me. And basically we use that exercise in lessons to identify, okay, what's my best vowel? What's my worst vowel? And then you feel that out. It's about technical aspects. So you feel where the best vowel sits and you say, okay, what is changing technically when I go to my worst vowel, right? So for a lot of people, it'll be the tongue pulls back, the tongue pulls down, the soft palate drops, yada, yada, yada. I won't bore you with that, but that's something that we do to kind of identify and work through our treble spots.
I like that. So me, may, my, mo, moo, right? Da 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 da
Yeah.
da. And then do you do scales like la 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 la, like?
Yeah, scales are definitely a part of warm-ups too. We do lip trills, so the little thing that you always see. But yeah, all those kinds of things.
And what can we celebrate? What's coming up next for you that you would definitely want us to mention? I know Leo, but are there other things that are on the horizon for you?
Yeah, so I'm actually performing for the suicide awareness event in Somerville, Massachusetts in September, which I'm very excited about to be able to perform for such an amazing cause. And then I also have an EP coming out late March, April. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be called Illusions.
I thank you so much for joining us here today, Grace. And you have brought so much grace to others. You know, you're just kind, you're warm, your music really inspires people, your journey is inspiring. So thank you so much for just coming on here today and just having this little conversation together. It was really nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Happy journeys to you, Grace, always. So that was Grace Kinstler. I mean, there you go, American Idol. She's like awesome, and one of the top ranking professionals, in that group that year. So she's amazing. So if you haven't heard her music, definitely check it out. Grace Kinstler. Be well.